And in making a shrunken head, you're going to need today a styrofoam ball, some twine. This is just paper ribbon that I got at a local store, some Fila or some air dry clay, some mixtures of some acrylic paints, a box of pins, a pair of scissors, and a play wig. You can pretty much pick these up anytime, anywhere at a dollar store, or look for a Halloween store that sells these. The first part of our video, is I'm just using a little cup here to hold styrofoam ball, is we are going to start coating the ball with our air clay. Some people call this a Fila clay. Today I'm using a white, which is a very easy clay to use. And we want to just cover the front surface of the ball. Look at that. It just sticks right to it so easily. And we're going to do the back here in a moment. Making a shrunken head. That goes right on there. So let me cover the ball completely and show you what it looks like. Smoothing it out. Don't worry about lines, cracks, or dimples. That's how we're going to create a face. Next part is that we're just going to map out where we're going to put a nose. Nose will be about right there, and where our eyes are going to be, and a mouth. Let's start building the face. Okay, I just made 4 smaller clay balls here. The first part is I'm going to put on the nose. I'm going to shape that into the face. Shape that into the face right there. Make the nostrils later. Next part is I want to put on a chin right there. And for this, some clay for the cheeks. And this last part we're going to use for the bridge of the eyebrows. Okay, let's start smoothing this out. We want the nose to be very prominent. Make the cheekbones. Also very prominent. Chin should be very prominent. Okay. Once we get this part in, we can now create the eyes. I'm going to show you how to do that. Okay, so we're going to start building the eyes today. So what you want to do is you want to roll out the clay. Nice smooth tube. Using a cold pair of scissors here. Taking the clay in your fingers and twisting it. What this is going to do is it's going to make it look like it's shrunk up, and later we can put some stitching in where the eyes are. This is the tricky part. You put these two together now, forming the eye, put them right there. Let's do the other one. Now once we get the eyes in place, we're going to do the mouth the same way that we just did the eyes. Fuse them together. Now comes the part where you can start smoothing all of the features out. I'd highly recommend just touching it down, patting it down where you want it. And then when you get the face finished as you like it, we can move on to the next step. Okay, now we've got our creepy little head all smoothed out as best as we can do it. Don't worry about the lines, don't worry about the cracks. It's all part of the thing. I also made some very large nostrils over here. A very tall bridge. Okay, now we need to let this dry for 24. We have our head dry. What I really like about this is there's some cracks and some lines in here. I used 3 pins to support that overnight while it dried. But today we're going to be putting on the color, the flesh color. So I'm going to show you what I had chosen for a palette today. Our first color today is a Burned Umber number 624, which is a shield. Next one is a Shield 600 white. I'm mixing in a Shield 637 oxide green and just a little bit of 942 acrylic lilac alpha. The mixture of these colors, yes, it makes the dead look dead, yes, but also it makes it look like it's alienistic and from another world. So we're going to be moving these colors in today. I'm going to be using the white palette today and a little bit of our burnt umber. I want to create kind of a flesh tone, but we're going to be working in our green oxide, which is going to really make that otherworldly color and a bit of the lilac. It looks really, really petrified. I'm going to be painting the whole entire face this first layer color, making sure to drive the paintbrush into every crack and every surface. So let me paint this completely and then show you what it looks like. So once you get your tiny head dried and you can see the nice green coming out through the skin color, now comes the aging process. So let's make up a wash and put that on. And today I'm just using a little bit of 999 black and some water and a very soft brush. Today we're just going to go right into the water here. We're going to make up a slurry. Now we can apply it to the face. Get the aging slurry on there, let this dry. Now comes the part where we start putting the hair on our shrunken head. This is a wig from a Halloween store, and it comes with a little net on the back, so you can just take this off and here. And inside of this, you are going to have to find the netting. There it is, right there. That's the netting. With this, you're going to take a sharp pair of scissors and you're going to start cutting away the sewn clumps of hair. Now, over here, that's one piece right there that's been sewn in. So I'm going to use my scissors and I'm going to cut off a lock here. Right like that. Okay, up front and first warning. Basically, you're going to have hair everywhere in this project. So basically, you're going to need a vacuum cleaner to clean up all the small pieces. And another thing is that I'm using just a hairspray to spray them down and make some snarls in the hair using a comb, some ties, some twisty, knot the hair in certain ways. We want to make it look bad. So basically, that's when you do a couple coats of hairspray. Make sure you're working in a well ventilated place, and let's see how bad we can destroy it. Okay, once you get your hair destroyed the way you like it, we're going to be putting on our cord. So we're going to have a cord that's going to be coming out of the head. I got my hot glue gun already set up. I put a nice amount of hot glue right there and attach our cord. And I'm also going to be using a security pin, and don't worry about the color of that pin because you can always paint over it. Stage number 2, we're going to be applying the hair to the head. Once that dries, you have two options. You can use the security pins to put the hair on to the head any way that you like, or you can hot glue them on there. At first, I'm going to use the pins, and then I may hot glue some areas on. Here I'm trimming up the net so it doesn't show. Once you get all the hair on there, and you're probably asking, why didn't you put this on earlier? And the reason is because maybe you want it to look like this with the green and gray skin and cracks and stuff. Maybe just like that. Maybe that's how you want your shrunken skull to look like. But I'm using a very fine pair of tweezers over here and a bit of white glue and the same paper string that we used, and we're going to apply the stitching now onto the lips and around the eyes. And you have to figure out where you want this so it looks like it's been hand sewn. Different sizes. Put one on the eye over here. Put that one across the eye like this. Once you get all your stitching in place, let this dry, and we're going to age those stitches now. One of the best parts of making the shrunken head is showing it off later.